Hey guys, I don't know if I'm live or not. I think that I am. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to start in just a few moments. Getting some last minute touches going on out there. You know, this is live, right? And my guest is having a little difficulty getting on. So we are working on that behind the scenes. So other than that, all is well, all is well, all is well. It really, really is. So I'm going to put this little thingamajiggy on here, and we will be back. All right, all right. All right, guys. I think I'm live. So welcome, welcome, welcome to the Elevating with Gratitude podcast. I have a wonderful guest that is still getting some things together so that she can get on live with us, right? But we're going to keep it going. I am the Gratitude Grandmaster. I am Val Dantzler from right here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I'm just elated to be on here with you guys today, because anytime I can come on here and I can tell you about something that really has changed my life for real and that is continuing to change my life, then I'm all for that. Okay, I'm all for that, right? And I can never get tired of doing it. Okay, so I feel my voice going out just a little bit. So hold on, let me just have a little. Okay, that's good. So I was trying to get this to go live in our Limitless Living group. So I don't know if I've been successful with it because Facebook kind of changed some stuff on me. Okay. They kind of changed a few little things that you have to kind of go a little extra step to get that going in groups. And I thought I had it set up, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So nonetheless, I will end up sharing it. I know I've got it on other places on Facebook right now. And nonetheless, let me hold on. My guest is texting me. Let me let her know that I'm live right now. Okay. Yeah, I'm live now. And I'm going to put some hearts with that. Okay. I always like to put hearts, the swirling hearts, the pink hearts, because pink is like my favorite color. So I can't help it with the pink hearts. But yeah. So hopefully she will get on with us today. But if not, we're going to keep it rolling. We can reschedule for another time. But I've always got something to impart on you guys, okay? I know that right now I'm in the midst of, we just completed week 1 of our series, which is No More Blues, right? No More Blues. And it kind of takes you from where I was 6 years ago, right? In fact, nobody knew it. Nobody would know, right? Nobody would know that I was really to the point where I was fed up. Now, you would see me smiling if you saw me on the street or if you saw me at work or wherever. You would know. You wouldn't know. You would see me smiling, okay, just like normal, okay? You would see all of that, all right? However, on the inside, because you never know how a person is on the inside, right? So never, ever, ever take it for granted that you know the deal, okay? Because you may not. You probably don't know the deal, okay? You probably don't. And so basically, I was just to the point where enough was enough. I had enough, okay? A lot of things had happened in my life, and I was reflecting upon those things all the time, right? And I mean for years and years and years. And so, yeah, it got to the point. Now I get it. I understand it now. I didn't understand it back then, but I get it now. See, I thought my thoughts were my thoughts. I thought that my thoughts were mine, was a part of me. But then now, of course, I've been educated on this and I know this. But just because you have a thought, guys, understand, thoughts come and go. Thoughts come and go. You know, who are you being influenced by? That's going to affect your thinking. All right. So if you're influenced by the wrong thing, guess what? Your thoughts are not going to be real thoughts. So it's coming from you, coming from your heart. And I always know one thing for sure. All of us, I don't care who you are out there, you want greatness for yourself. I know that. That's the common denominator. I don't care who you are. You want better for yourself. You want more for yourself, right? But if you are constantly thinking about what went wrong, and this is where I was constantly for years, thinking about what went wrong, who did me wrong, relationships that did not work out, things that just didn't work out, okay? Now I have a super fantastic guest invited for today, right? But you know what? Life has its ups and its downs. It's constantly up and down. But y'all see the smile on my face. I'm great. She's trying, right? She's trying. She got a bunch of apps on her phone, and I didn't know she was going to be on her phone. And she got to clear some stuff out for her to get on. But guess what? That's how life is. But what? You keep on smiling because there's always a reason for everything. When things may not go the way that you planned them to go, it's okay. Look, it's one thing I know for sure. The sun is going to come up tomorrow morning. It's going to set tonight, and it's going to go back up tomorrow morning. It'll be a brand new day. And you know what? Be grateful. Be grateful that if you're able to wake up tomorrow, fill your lungs with that wonderful air, be grateful. Because I don't care what your circumstances are, you got another chance. You got another chance to learn something that you need to learn. Okay? You got another chance to do some of the things that you really, really, really want to do. Okay? Part of success is failure. When we learned how to walk, look, baby, I just found this statistic out. Now, some of you moms out there, you already know this. But it takes about 4 months for a child to learn how to walk. 4 months. Now, how many of your moms out there, grandmoms out there, right? They have grandkids and they just the apple of your eye. And I love it. When that baby starts getting up to walk, you know it's going to fall down. It falls down. Have you ever seen a kid try to walk and it falls down on his, what does it do? It looks up at you and goes, it starts laughing. Have y'all ever seen that? That big falling down laughing. Well, guess what? How many times does a child have to fall down before it can actually walk, learn how to walk? This is life, guys. It's no different from a 6-month-year-old to a 60-some-year-old. Life has its ups and downs. But see, back then, I was with a friend of mine that it was me. Something was wrong with me. That God messed up. He put me in the wrong environment with the wrong people. The wrong people kept coming into my life. There's nothing I can do with this. And I wanted to just try it over again, right? I couldn't, and I just wanted to try it over again. Maybe if he would give me the chance, this is my thought back then, to try it over again, maybe I'd get it right. Sounds a little like, what, huh? But you know what? When you are at that stage in your life, and many people right now, you may be watching right now, or you may know other people right now. And you don't even know, they're just smiling in your face. But only the person knows their heart, right? Things haven't been working out. They haven't been working out for quite some time. And you're fed up because you don't know what to do. You try different things. You try. But nothing seems to work out. All right. I get it. I understand it. I was there. And then, by faith, because y'all, I had set the date. By faith, I overheard a little, it wasn't even a whole 2 minutes inside of a video where a woman said she changed her life. Her life really changed when she started just thinking about what she was grateful for every day. She made sure that she took a moment to think about what she was grateful for. Okay. Now, I don't know if y'all are like me or I don't know, but this is me. I know me, and you got to know yourself. I knew, first of all, I didn't think that was going to work. No way, no way. I didn't think that was going to work. I'm like, no, you ain't telling the truth. No, 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 I don't believe it. But she kept saying her life had changed and how much despair she was in and how she was able to think a whole lot clearer now. And just everything had changed just from that. And I said, okay, you know what? I had this vision in my head. I said, now if I do this thing that I said I was going to do on Saturday, because I didn't want to do it on Sunday. I wanted to be on Saturday. Okay. If I do this and I get to the pearly gates, and God says to me, well, I sent you a message. I sent you a messenger. I sent you a woman who said, think about what you're grateful for, and you didn't even do it. Why? Because what you've done is now irreversible. You think that your pain is over with, but no, you've just transformed and transcended into another energy. Okay? And I said, what if that happens? And all I had to do was start practicing gratitude. And I didn't even know what to call it really back then, but it's gratitude. I said, you know what? I'm going to do it, but I got to do it the way I know how to. I know I can do it. Now, I wasn't the type of person to write things down. I hadn't kept a diary since I was probably about 7 years old, and who knows where that is today, right? But something in me said, why don't you just get you a journal? And I'm telling you, as I tell you this, I know this was a download from the universe, okay? Why don't you get yourself a journal? No, not just a little piece of paper. No, not just a little notepad. No. This need to be something special. It needs to be something special, is what this voice was telling me. Because one day you will leave this earth. Like for real, one day you're going to leave the earth. What are you going to leave behind? What if you left a journal behind with nothing but gratitude, something you were grateful for, nothing but good experiences, nothing but revelations that you have, nothing but just good, all good in it, no bad, just good in it. What if you could somehow leave that behind, even in view of what your past has been, all the things that didn't work out for you, okay, all the things that you wake up that you've been thinking about all this time. What if you can start writing down, not even spending a lot of time, but just every day, just write down 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for every day? How many books, just 1 page a day, how many journals do you think you would have if you just did this and just let your life, instead of you taking control and saying when it's over, let Almighty say when it's over. But you continue to write everything down, all the good, every day, even if it's small. Write it down. What if you left that behind instead of what you got right now? I said, okay, God. Okay, okay, okay. Bet I'm gonna try it. I said, I'm gonna try it 5 days. Give me 5 days. 5 days. Okay? 5 days. And if this don't work, which I don't think it's gonna work, hopefully I see you soon. Okay? That was it. And so I went out and got a journal. Now, like I said, I wasn't one to write things down. I wasn't one to do things like that, y'all. I didn't even write down to-do lists, okay? But the first morning, I said I'm going to do it in the morning. So I made an appointment with myself when I was going to do this. And I said, you know what? Let me do it in the morning. Why? I'm going to do it in the morning because it's something that I really am not used to doing. I probably don't even want to be doing it. Oh, my guest is here, guys. She's here. Hold on. Let me bring her up. Hold on. Let me see. She figured it out. I knew she would. I knew she would figure it out. Okay, girl, you ready? I see you back there. You ready for me to bring you on? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready, girl. Ah, she gave me them eyes. She says she is ready. Well, listen, guys. Let me give her a proper introduction before I bring her up. I have Jen Lo, the assassin, and I'm really curious too to find out what that assassin is all about. But I know it's going to be good. Jen Lo Assassin is in the room, y'all. She's in the room, behind stage waiting. Listen, she's a model, she's an actress, she's an inspirational speaker, okay? And she got her own podcast too. I didn't know anything about that, but she got her own stuff going on, right? But I know her as a woman who, against all odds, you never can count out Jen Lo, the assassin. And this very moment right here, I told you, I wasn't worried. I told you, you never count Jen Lo, the assassin out, baby. So Jen Lo, I'm getting ready to bring you on up. Let me set this thing. Let me add you to the stream here. There she is, beautiful, beautiful Jen Lo. There you go.
Hey,
Hey, beautiful. How you doing?
good evening. Man, the struggle was real
That's
for a
all
second,
right.
and I didn't. Yeah,
Girl, that's
how you
all
doing?
right. You looking beautiful as always.
You too, you too.
Yes, girl. I know the struggle is real, but listen, Jen, I knew you would figure the thing out. Okay, you would figure it out, and you did, and you looking divine as always. So, thank you so much for coming on here and being my special guest. Okay, so Jen, tell me what you got going on. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Anything that you would like to tell us, girl. The floor.
Well, I
Tell us
was
about
tuned
yourself.
in. I was listening to you talk about your journal and everything. I do have journals.
Oh, you do?
I've actually created. Yeah, I do. So I am. My name is Jenlo. Jenlo in the building. Okay, in the building. Okay. Look. Yeah. I'm originally from Kinston, North Carolina, which I've been home for 3 years now. But I'm doing my acting and everything here now. We getting to step in the door. Here I just had acting class yesterday, and the person that led me was one of the new Power Rangers. I was like, oh wait, what? Yeah. So that was fun, right? But yeah, I'm an actress, model, speaker. I do have a podcast called Real Talk with Jen, the Chain Breaker, because that's what we gotta do. Is we gotta break chains. There's things that I've gone through that when I have kids, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Cannot carry that on to the next generation. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
fighting hard to get things right on my level so that when I bring them in or adopt, however I do that, right? They have something better to come into than how I did. I'm a health and wellness coach,
Okay.
endurance coach. I help people all the way around, mentally, physically, spiritually, the whole shenanigans. And I'm an author. This is my latest book. She owned her
Oh,
story. Okay, so
beautiful.
that's my latest book, and then my journal. So it's funny because I just ordered a new set of journals this morning. So this is the original journal. My first journal is called Love Yourself Self Love Journal. So the journals I ordered this morning will not be this big. They're going to be this big. So
Nice
I got
size.
those so that people can take them with them, because it's important to take those journals. I love what you were talking about. I have different journals. So I have this journal, the self love journal. Everything in there is positive, right?
Hmm.
But then I have another journal where I just bought a good tablet and I dump in that journal. So everything, different things go in that journal, whether good, bad, however I'm feeling at the moment. All of that goes in that journal. And then I have another journal where it's kind of like a conversational journal with God. Like
Mm.
when I talk, and it's that journal is like, all right, God, look, let's be real right now. Like, I just talked to him, and then I got my this is the latest journal I just finished up. Everything is
Wow.
all color with my journals. This is the fall into blessings journal. So I believe in journaling, obviously.
Yes.
Okay. I believe in the
That's
journaling.
beautiful.
We need that. It's so good. I just gotta stop. It's so good to see you. And you know what? Can I just say I'm grateful for you. We have had some experiences.
Yes, we have.
We have had some experiences.
Yes.
Man, I ain't trying to cry, but man, I'm telling you, we have had some experiences. I'm so
Yes.
great. Thank you for
Yes.
Now I had to get some tissue. Oh Lord. So
Girl.
it's so good to see you and see you doing what you do. You helping people. It's in us, man.
Yeah, it
Like
is.
it's in us so hard. Like it ain't this gonna be what we do till the end, no matter
Yeah.
what capacity we're doing it in. Like this really gonna be what we do, is help people, because
Yes.
we've been through the trenches. We've been
Come
through a
on.
lot, and so we gotta break the change. We gotta help the people. For me, why I do what I do is because if somebody had helped me as a little girl, that I had to watch the stuff on TV believing that it was things were too expensive, or it was out of reach, it was out of touch, because I never seen nobody in my family model. I never seen nobody be an actress. None of those things. I had to go out, and I didn't have the support that I needed. I just really had to believe in me for real, and just go out there on the whim and do it. And that's why I'm what you said, like don't count me out, because I'm gonna figure it out. That's one thing my dad passed 2 years ago, and he said one thing you always do is you figure it out, and one thing you always do is you always find people to support you, because what you do is important. Don't worry about those who don't. Figure out and find those who do. And when you come out the blue with even coming up here, this right here is my attitude of gratitude. So much gratitude, because you didn't have to invite me to your podcast. It's been a while, and so I thank you, and may doors open for us both in such a way, in such a magnitude, more than we could ever. I'm telling you, like, having that attitude of gratitude, even with me being home, it's not where I plan to be.
That's
But
okay.
I've gotten my natural hair care license since I've been home.
Oh, good.
Okay, so I got that to take back out with me. I published book, and I've been able to do
Yes.
a lot of things since I've been home. And one of my mentors said, "Look, since you've been home, you've been able to move around a little bit better than
Mm-hmm.
when you were in Atlanta. So just appreciate the good things. Yeah, God know, and He gonna figure you gonna work it out. It's gonna Everything happens when it needs to happen. Some things have happened for me this year, and it's only May, that I'm like, the way that He operates, it got to be Him. It's undeniable.
Exactly. Come
The
on,
way
talk
God
about that thing.
operates, the way He has been able to bless me while I'm still here. Let me tell you, I've been working 2 days since October, because I have to start school, and we got a new manager who won't let me do more than 2 days. When I tell you, God has provided and given me new things
Mm-hmm.
in the midst of. And so I know it's got to be God.
Yes.
When I sit down and journal, I sat down, I was talking to my cousin. I said, you know what I'm going to do this morning? Because when you wake up with things in your mind, I wake up, I meditate, I pray, I read my devotional. I said, you know what? My mind is focused on the wrong thing. You know what I'm going to do? Because when I get on the phone with you, I said, I'm finna sit down with my journal and I'm going to just write a list of all the things I'm grateful for.
Yes.
I said, because my mind, the devil will try to make you focus on what you don't have yet. There's always, and I had to start saying yet. It's not there yet. It's there.
Mm-hmm.
It's waiting on you. You're going to find whatever's looking for you is whatever you're looking for is looking for you. And I had to start using the word yet. And then I said, I got to be more specific. And therefore, the writing down, when you writing down, you are the author. You got the pen. You got the pen. And
That's
you
right.
writing these things down. When you was talking about scripture, man, in my journal, man, that's exactly like some of the things I wrote down. Like, one, I write notes to myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if nobody else, like my father's gone, it's just me. It's nobody that I talk to on an everyday basis. It's just not. I don't have that type of system set up. It's me and self-talk. So I have to be aware of my self-talk.
Mm-hmm.
So what I wrote in my journal, I got scriptures. Okay? Things I could go to. I have to write scriptures. And I have to prioritize. I write notes to myself all the time. Because if not, if you don't have something, I keep something in my view. So there's notes on the mirrors, there's notes in my car, there's notes in my wallet. I still got a certain card from 2 years ago.
Oh,
I
you
sure do.
do?
And I do. I and I do. And I do.
Okay.
It's in my wallet. It's in my little. I carry a little a pouch of affirmation card, things I've written
Yes.
down, and then cards
Okay.
I've bought and different things. Yes, ma'am. I
Okay.
still have it.
So let's slow it down just a little bit, because they don't know who you are. Like, I know who you are, Jenlo, and I it's an honor for you to even be on here, okay? Like, for real, because of the things that you have been through. Okay. Now, I want you to tell us about yourself, anything that you feel that you've been through. I'm thinking of one thing in particular, but I don't know if that's something you want to share or talk about, but anything, because there are many levels to it. You talked about your dad passing, right? But one thing sticks out in my mind about you that you went through and you overcame.
Now before I came home, I've been in this house for 3 years, so I'm guessing you're referring to what my situation was before I got in this house.
Yes.
Okay, so the walk on water.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
So let's back up. So I have an organization called Second Chance 21013. 21013 is a specific date, February 10th, 2013. Now, I was trying to move to Atlanta in 2013 to pursue my dreams and aspirations and all that. On the way back, I didn't quite make it back to the house. I was trying to make it to my dad's house because it was closer than mine, and I did not quite make it back. I flipped my car in the ditch and I broke both my ankles and my hip. I went
Mm.
through the windshield. So when people talk about my eyes and what's going on, I'm like, you have no idea. I'm grateful to have my eyes, my whole face. Okay, at this point, all right. Um, Fast forward, I did go ahead and move to Atlanta. People was like, who gonna want you on no TV screen? Who gonna let you on their runway? But by the grace of God, I have been on runways,
Okay.
TV screens still on it. Okay, been on TV shows, billboards, magazines,
Mm-hmm.
well, you name it. I've been able to do it. What I've intended to do going down there, I've been able to do more because God put me in the room.
Right.
Now,
Now
during
listen.
that,
Okay. Now,
Atlanta a little hard.
right. Now, Jen, you going slow it down a little bit, okay? Cause y'all see how she ran through that. I broke two of my ankles. No, like it wasn't like she was just sitting. It wasn't like she got a nick, okay? It wasn't a nick. I mean, I believe they said you weren't supposed to be walking right now. I believe they said that I saw the car. It was just, and I saw what happened. I mean, come on, you're a beautiful woman, and for that to happen, come on, let's explain it a little bit more. How are
Well,
you in the hospital? What happened? What did they say?
Well,
What was recovery like?
recovery was very hard. I was the youngest person in rehab. Most everybody else was probably 50, 60, something like that, older. Um, in a wheelchair.
And did
Um,
your face go through the windshield? Is that what happened? Like
yes, so
what?
all of this was over there. Like everything, my eye, everything, and I'm still recovering now. I got, matter of fact, appointment next week to see what's going on with my ankles, because I don't have any cartilage in my ankles, and
Mhm.
so I have what's it called, bone spurs, and it's starting to lock up my ankle to stop it from flexing, and they try not to let it get stuck. So I'm still in recovery, but I'm still going.
Amen.
So rehab, it was kind of difficult. And I was not close to home. Well, about an hour or some away. So my dad would come visit as often as he could. I had other friends and family that would come. But my dad was my number one motivation for a lot. His words of encouragement live on with me today. To carry me through, and um, I would just, there was. It was not until a month later. It was probably towards me trying to get out a few weeks before, where they finally showed me my face, the pictures from the car accident, and wow, with that, I just had to thank God, have attitude of gratitude for that. And then the walking part, it was literally learning all over again. Like I really had to, as a baby, you learn how to walk, and then you might have some issues as you get older, right? But to have it in between is difficult when you're such an independent person like myself. I'm a very independent person, and having to have people do things for me, it took away a piece of me, and I was so grateful when I was able to get out of rehab and go home, um, and just recover. And the thing is, I tell people, if God had took away my dream and said, you know what, I had every reason in this world to say, like everybody else, you can't be no model. You broke your ankles. You can't even walk right. You on a cane. You got a boot on. You wrapped up. You can't do that. Or your face is messed up. Nobody's gonna want you on their magazine. See, I could have easily said that, but the way my God set up, and my father who continued to encourage me, and less than a year later, I was back in going down highway again to Atlanta. And let me tell you, with about $300 in my last check. And I told my dad, this is my walk on water. I said, because if I wait for it to be perfect, I'll never go. And let me tell you, off and on, unfortunately, I had a place. The rent's high, okay? For a graveyard spot, I should say. It's a lot. Um, Even with two jobs, it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I did not let that deter me. I did what I had to do, and fast forward, I've been able to accomplish a lot of things,
Yes, you
and
have.
I did not wear my situation on my sleeves.
Come
Hence
on.
why y'all didn't know what was going on for real
Right.
until it was time to know.
Right. So
But
how?
yeah.
So how now? So I'm taking it that you showed us all your journals and you practice gratitude. But even back then, during that time when you were in the hospital, it's really the unknown because you're looking forward. You want to get out of there, but were you able to practice gratitude, or did you know anything about it, or what kind of things would you tell
Um.
yourself?
So music. I've been in music, band, some type of music all my life.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, music helped me. In the Bible, a lot of what these they've turned these scriptures into song, and because that's how the folks in the Bible got through, was singing, right? So me, there were songs that I like, and I just sang every day. Matter of fact, they put me outside because that's how loud I was singing. And the lady, one of the old ladies, she said, don't let them tell you you can't sing. She said, she's folks. Apparently, there was a whole conversation about me. She said, you are helping us every single
Mm-hmm.
day. She said, sing. She said, you the livest thing in here.
So you were
Sing.
singing scriptures. You were singing.
I was singing songs. I was singing gospel. I like different genres. I like gospel. I like oh Lord, what's the song? I'm trying to think of it. I like anything that's inspirational. It doesn't necessarily have to be
Yes.
gospel. It could
Mm-hmm.
be anything. There was a song called Ambition. I love that because I said, yeah, they are gonna let me for my ambition. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So I seen different things. If it touched me, if it's something that helps me through my day, I'ma sing it. I'ma sing it.
Good. Good.
um,
Good.
yeah.
And you know what that
But
does? There's a study. You know where we're what 80% water, right? Did you know there's a study out
oh
there that when you take, say, a glass of water, liquid, right,
yes.
and you surround it by sounds and words that are positive, when you flash freeze that water, it's beautiful crystals, right?
Yep. The
But
water technique.
if you
Yes.
take the water and you got really blaring music, I mean stuff that's negative, all the cussing and all that rock, what do you call it? Raunchy, what? It's an R word. I'm trying to look for it.
Ratchet.
Ratchet. That's the word.
Ratchet.
Ratchet. All that stuff. You're talking down, you're cussing, all that stuff. When you flash freeze that water, it's not even crystals. It's like some ugly, like distorted thing, right?
I'm aware. I'm aware, and I've used that. I've definitely, and I still use that from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
There are different techniques and methods that I use. I use my circle diagram. I think towards me coming out of my situation in 2020, I still got my tablets. I think that was a lot of it. Like when I meditate, but centering a focal point of what I wanted to do for that day, and just focusing on that. And I gotta tell you,
Explain that to us a
definitely
little bit more,
works.
because I've not heard that. Explain that, please.
What the circle technique? It's like a
Yes.
so I'm trying to think. So you take, it's like you draw a circle, and
Mm-hmm.
whatever that thing is for the day. Like for me, it was like one particular thing I wanted to do was, I got a habit of laying down to read my devotional,
Okay.
was to get up, because I noticed like I would fall back to sleep after I got done. I'm like, no, at 5:30, get up. You're gonna be consistent. So I would write that, and I would write the positive things that would come out of it. You put that in a circle, and you dissect it into like maybe 6 parts, and then you write the what's the positive things that would come out of that. I would be more consistent. I'll be more
Mm-hmm.
confident in my day because I'm starting off with my devotional, the Word of God. And it makes me feel better. Different things, or like say if I had a goal for the day, I wanted to, or make $100. Let's say make $100. What would happen? How would I feel? Who would benefit? Like what are the good things that would come out of that for that day? So it's just focusing on something. And like even with being in the house, so that's why I say I gotta be specific,
Mm-hmm.
because I did focus, and I said a house, and I got a house, not my house. And so I said, all right, God, I got you. Let me be specific, because he did in fact answer the prayer. I said
Exactly.
I just meant to be, I needed to be specific while I was praying.
Right.
So yeah, it just helps you center in for the day. Like if it's something, and what I do sometimes is like when I journal, I make goals, and whatever I didn't do that day, I may carry over. Like if I made 5 different things, I may carry something over to the next day. So that's the part in my journal where I have like priorities.
Mm-hmm.
like top priorities.
Okay.
So I have things that I said, and it's even more dissected in the new Falling to Blessings journal,
Well, I
where you.
cannot wait to see these journals. Where are they going to be available? Are they
So I ship them out myself on hand. Like I
okay?
said, I got a batch of journals coming in. The smaller version, coming in. That's this size spiral.
Okay.
Coming in.
Well, we're
Um,
going to make sure before I end this, okay? So when I ask you how they can get in touch with you, I'll need to know how they can get in
they
touch with
got a
you so they
contact.
can,
Yeah,
how they
yeah,
can contact you. They need to cash app you or whatever. Okay. So just be ready for that. And
yes, ma'am.
don't let me forget. All right. But we still got a little bit, we got to talk a little bit more, huh? You got to go?
Look, guess what?
What?
Guess what? Because I looked over to my left, the drying of the flowers thing.
The what? The
In your
drawing?
journal, when you dry the flowers,
Yes.
I do that.
You put the flower, you do,
I
you
dry the
dry them.
flowers. I dry the flowers out.
You put the flower, you
You
put them
say
in
that.
the, yes,
No,
you
I
put.
haven't put it in a journal yet, but I dried them out and not where I can see them. Put them where I can see them.
So I feel like Jen. Now, you were at one of the functions that I did, right? Where I did a workshop basically, right? And oh, I still have the picture. I gotta go back. I still have the picture of you drawing the identity statement and all that on the board. But that was a great workshop, wasn't it? It was a great
Yes,
workshop.
you did amazing.
Thank you. And so those are some of the things that I talked about there. And that little card that she's talking about was everybody had a card, and we ended up going around that pool saying our identity statement, who we were, and all of that. And that's just some of the ways that you can really strengthen yourself. So yes, gratitude is definitely my foundation, right? Because it started there when I was ready to say bye bye to this world. Like, I don't know if I could have gone through what Jen Lo went through. Like, for real. I mean, what is
I've
it?
been there.
Right. You've been there?
I've been there where I would say back in 2018, um and my before my dad passed, I told him, I said, you almost didn't have a daughter,
Mm.
because money is great. Money is awesome to have. We need it to live, pay bills, shop, eat, and all that, right?
Right.
Almost breathe, right, at this point. Um, but I was not happy in my body, in my mind, my spirit. And well, I'll back up. My parents got divorced when I was 3.
Mm-hmm.
So ever since then, um, I've struggled with finding my place, who I am. I've always felt kind of displaced, and up until this book, I was using that word displaced for my situation. And my coach for this Miss Peters, she said, no, you were homeless.
Mm-hmm.
Call a thing a thing. You were homeless. I had been using displaced all these years because that's how I felt with what my parents' situation was. I didn't feel like I belonged where I was. I lived with my mom up until college, my freshman year in college, but I never felt like that's where I was supposed to be. I never felt like I belonged there. So I've unfortunately struggled off and on through life with depression, anxiety, um, and unfortunately thoughts of not being here.
Mm-hmm.
In the last going on 6 years, I thank God for um coaches, mentors. I've been to therapy. When I lost my grandma in 2018, I had to talk to somebody, because my job was running me through the mill, and that was not helping at all.
Mm-hmm.
Money good, but stressed out. um, so in these last couple of years, I have journaling and singing. I've been writing poetry all my life.
Mm-hmm.
I've been writing poetry. I remember a conversation with my dad when I was younger, and I used to write these letters. Matter of fact, that's where I think some of it started, was writing letters to God. I still have those. My dad kept them. Writing letters to God, and that's why I said I have different journals, because one of those journals, I just really have a conversation with God, like, look, what you want me to do?
Mm-hmm.
I need you. And that's
Mm-hmm.
sometimes just how he be, like, we have to pray, and journaling is like a prayer, because it's non-verbal. It's maybe the things I do what's called a dump, and where I'm just writing. I'm not really thinking about it. I'm just, whatever come out is something, because we have what, 60,000 thoughts a day,
Yeah,
and some
70.
of that
Mm-hmm.
stuff is in the subconscious, but it's always working. That's what childhood traumas are. You don't think that those things are working and controlling your right now, but it do.
Right. It
And
goes
so
down
when
into your
you,
subconscious mind.
yeah, so
Mm-hmm. It
when
becomes a
I
part of
dump,
you.
I just write. I just write and let that stuff come out. And doing that, you find out a lot.
Right.
Those thoughts start coming up, like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not over that. But that was like 20 years ago. Why would that
Mm-hmm.
come up now?
Mm-hmm.
And so journaling has helped me identify those things that's been working in the background, hindering my current,
Right.
those past traumas and things like that. So
Yeah. So
journaling, singing, right, all that very
so
helpful.
with neuroscience, we've learned that whichever you're writing, you're actually inviting it. And it goes, when I go like this, I'm talking about your subconscious mind. We've got two parts. We've got our conscious mind, our thinking mind, and our subconscious mind. Okay. So I always tell people, I have my little phrases. When you high, you can fly, right? Because you're going to remember when you high. Well, what does that mean? Drugs? No, it does not mean drugs. It does not mean drinking. It doesn't mean anything like that. But when your spirits are lifted and you don't feel the weight of the world or your situation on you, and you can put yourself in the states, right? Which I never knew this before. You put yourself in that state. It's almost like you're on a plane and you all above the clouds and you can just see out. You can see everything so clear. But we have the power within us to put ourselves in this state. But just understand, you've never been taught really how to do it. We got little bits and pieces of it. When we go to church and we singing, you talked about singing. That brought you out. Singing is a part of it. And singing, and I asked you what types of things. Well, gospel, inspirational things, right? Good things. We talked about
Yes.
the crystals in the water. We are water. So this is how you change your state. And when you change your state, you can think clearly. When you're thinking good. So there is such a thing as shadow journaling, and that's what you're talking about. Shadow journaling, when you dump everything out, right? You put everything on paper, right? Okay. I'm more so gratitude journaling and getting yourself high. Because what I've noticed, when you're high, when you're down, we think sometimes, oh, I gotta get down low, think low. I gotta figure out why this stuff is affecting me. I gotta figure out what went wrong with me. I gotta figure out, well, why did he do this to me? And what it is getting me that low vibration when I try to figure things out. Well, the great late Jim Rohn said, don't take that class.
Yes.
You don't have to take
Okay.
that class,
You don't have to take
that
that
low
class.
frequency class, trying to figure out what went wrong. Going into that bottomless pit, thinking you bettering yourself. You are not. You may get some revelation, but you still in that pit, and you got to get yourself, because now that you know, why did so do me wrong? Why did he lie to me? Why did he cheat on me? Why come this happened? Why come my boss don't like me? And then all this stuff. Once we figure out why, what the heck does it matter? What the heck does that change? It don't change nothing.
And unless you're going to use it to identify the issue and make a change and say, and use it as a lesson, not
A
live in it,
lesson.
but use it as a
Okay.
lesson to identify
Yes.
what could you do better going forward
Yes.
to either, if it happens again, we can address it, cut it off right
Or
then,
how can I
or
let it
to
not
prevent
happen to
it
me
from not.
again?
Yeah. So yeah,
Right.
that's the only
Lesson.
time going
That's
back
it.
is, yeah, you don't want to
So,
live in it. You use it as a lesson so that, and I'll tell you that's, yeah, to listen to
but
Jen Long today. I just,
when you high
yeah.
and you really think you're feeling good, you're thinking clear. Let me tell you, I was coming out the bathroom the other day, and not too much information, but let's just say I was feeling really, really good. Like I had gotten myself, and I was high. I was feeling good, and then all of a sudden, boom, an answer to a 30-year-old question dropped in my spirit. The answer. I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit. Meaning I wasn't thinking about the problem. I wasn't thinking about no problems. I'm high. But we always want answers, like answers to things can move us, lessons, like you said, move us forward, right? And it just dropped into my spirit. This is what happens. And it's not the only time. This is what happens when you start practicing gratitude, when you start practicing doing things that make you feel good. Understanding that it's your job, it's our job individually to make ourselves feel good, not anyone else's. And we get
Correct.
strength from that.
Correct.
We start, look, when you start writing down your gratitude and all these wonderful things start happening for you, you're going to understand, well, you know what, if I hadn't have done this back then, if I had, I made that decision back then, which led me to right here. And then you say, I make awesome decisions. You come to the conclusion, and I have it in writing, I make great decisions. That gives you confidence.
Yeah, because where
Jenlo,
we
you
are right
make
now is,
great decisions. You never count Jenlo out. I got it on tape, Jenlo. You can go back and listen to it. I said, y'all see the smile on my face? Life got ups and downs. It don't matter. The sun is going to rise tomorrow, right? And what will be, will be. And Jen, all of a sudden, boom, Jen Low coming through. I said, there you go. You see? I wasn't worried about it. Wasn't panicking. Oh my God, what do I do? No.
Jen always figure it out. I
She
always figure it
always
out.
figure it out. Always figure it out, Jen. Well, thank you so much for
Yes,
being
ma'am.
on here
Thank you
today,
for allowing
girl.
me to be with you.
We got to do this again.
Yeah, we really, you never know. God does work in mysterious ways, and everybody got to do what they got to do for themselves. But sometimes you cross paths again, and it's good. You know what I'm saying? So this was good, and my prayer is that whoever listens to this today, maybe they got something from me. Like, hey, don't quit. That's the worst thing you could do is, I have had more reasons than anybody I know to quit. From
Yes.
homelessness to breaking my ankles to breaking my shattering my hip. There's a chain in my hip that'll be there probably forever.
Mm-hmm.
To my eye being scalped, my whole face being scalped back. To there's so many reasons to say, God, I'm done. But that's not how my dad taught me to give up. I might have had a thought, but God put more thoughts, and was able to get myself out of that thing, and I'm here because guess what? My test is not a test. That's one of my slogans. It's not a testimony left untold. Change the lives one testimony at a time. If
Yes.
I don't keep going for the person out there that feel like they can't, who's gonna show them that they can?
That's
If
right.
God do it for me, He can do it for them. Just keep going, and God is gonna send people that's gonna support you. Don't focus on those who don't. Work with those who will. And that's with anything. That's with anybody. He'll send you. If you got to go solo for a while, go solo for a while. That's less weight. There's more time for you to get yourself together because that's what I had to do. And when the time was right for other people to come in,
That's
he
right.
sent them.
That's right.
Period.
Yeah.
So I guess
Yeah.
I could share how to reach me, right?
Yeah. So first, I would like you to hold up your journals again, the ones that you
Okay.
have available and all of
My
that. I
journals,
want
my
them to
book.
see them. Tell us, okay. So tell us the name because I can't quite see it. Wait a minute. Let me make
So
this
you
large.
got to get them from me directly because I ship them out. They're not online where you can get them.
Okay.
Yeah. So she on her story just message me and I'll get that to
And
you.
that is that a journal she on her story? Or
Now
is
this is
that
a
your
book.
book?
So this is
That's
a
your
book
book.
and
That's your
it's kind of talk.
story.
Yeah. So there is a collaborative, but yeah, this is probably the most transparent I've
Hold it
been.
up so we can see it. Hold up so we can
Yeah.
see it now. Okay. Yes, that's right. We want to see that. Okay. Get that nice
Okay.
book. Okay.
These are my journals. So the self-love, know yourself now. If you want this size journal, you're more than welcome to get this size journal. This journal it will be available in two sizes. But the pocket size, I feel like it's easy to just tote in your bag.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, a little bit smaller, but this is the Love Yourself Self-Love Journal. This is over 70 colored pages.
Mm-hmm.
So everything's in color.
Oh, nice.
And this one's over 100 and some colored pages. And I just thought it was really cute to see
Oh,
for, young girls to
that's
be able to see
beautiful. Let me see
themselves.
the inside. Oh, that is beautiful. Oh. And what's that one called?
This is Fall into Blessings.
Fall into blessings.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have fall into blessings,
Love Yourself Self-Love Journal.
love yourself, self-love journal,
And in my book, she owned her story.
and then she owns her story. Okay. So Jenlo, how do you want the people to get in touch with you?
Yes. So I am Jenlo Assassin. That's ASSASSIN on any platform. That's Instagram, Facebook, I'm on TikTok too. Um, any platform, YouTube, if you want to watch my previous episodes of Real Talk with Jen the Chainbreaker, or if you want to be a guest, then you'll send an email to second chance 21013. That's second chance together 21013 at gmail.com. I'm on
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn, my
Wait,
government
wait.
name. Uh,
Um, don't say it so fast now.
okay.
Tell us again how do we get in touch with you? Second chance, you said.
Second chance, second and chance together, spelled out, and then 21013 at gmail.com. That's for like speaking. That I have different emails for different things. So that's for like if you want to do the podcast, like if you want to inquire about being a guest, um, uh, speaking engagements, uh, speaking engagements, or anything. That's the business email. So if you want to inquire about a book, you can do that way too.
Okay.
Second Chance 21013 is also my page on Facebook and Instagram. So I have two different pages on Instagram, which the link that is in the caption. So one is for health and wellness and things, and then the other one's for like motivation and speaking and everything. So I cover all the bases. I'm Jenise Albritton on LinkedIn.
Okay. All right. Hold
That's
on.
my
Wait a minute. Uh-oh. Wait. I'm messing up.
So that's all. If anybody try to reach me on LinkedIn, um, but generally I'm on Facebook and Instagram most of the time. If you find me as Jenlo
So,
Assassin on Instagram, you'll find everything else because I tag all the other pages. Yeah, so you'll find me. But yeah, if you have any inquiries, journals, podcasts, speaking engagements, hosting. I do host red carpets and events and things like that as well. Just hit me up. Yep,
Okay.
Jenlo Assassin on Instagram and Facebook. And yeah, let's
Okay.
work. I'm excited.
Yes. Get the books. Get the book. Okay. Well, Jenlo, let me tell you, it was amazing to have you on today. I want you to come back again. We really just scratch on the surface. We didn't really get
I didn't get
into
to get on right away, so it kind of missed some
yeah.
time there. But
It's
yeah,
good. It was excellent though. It was excellent. Keep in mind, it was excellent. All right. I ain't taking nothing from it. It was wonderful. So, Jenlo, we thank you. I thank you personally so much for you being the woman who you are. Always coming through. Jenlo always gonna come through. Okay. And I just appreciate you. You are a light. And I mean this. You are a light to this world. Keep doing what you are doing because you are affecting and impacting women, people all over this world. And I know that Oscar is coming. It's
yes,
gonna be on your shelf
the
because you got a
Hollywood
best.
Oscar on
You
the
got
way. Yes, sir. Yes,
you got it. You got it. So,
yes.
any parting words that you have for your audience? Anything that you like to leave them with?
I think the main thing is really, as I've said it a few times, focus on those who do. One is you. You make sure you do. One reason why I tell people, the reason why I got people in other states still supporting me. I got people referring me from Atlanta for stuff. I ain't been there in 3 years. But because they see me still being consistent and doing, that's the reason why I still get the support from people. People support me just because I'm me, and people will support you just because you're you if they see something for them to support.
Yes.
So just keep going. Give them something that they want to. People always love to help. They love to be able to say, I helped in that. But if you stop, where are they helping? So keep going and share your story. You ain't got to share it right now. Share it when it's time. Because when they find out all this stuff you've been through and that was happening, they want to support you even more. Like, wow, what? I ain't got no excuses. So keep going. Keep going.
Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. I appreciate that so much. And I am going to have a parting word for each and every one of you guys. And it is this: make sure that you check me out on YouTube, right? And make sure you go to my site, valdantzler.com. I have a series going on right now. No more pain, no more pain, no more worry, no more doubt. And I am teaching you step by step each week. This is for 5 weeks. We did the first week last week. But it's free. You can go to valdantzler.com and register for the No More Pain, okay, series, where I'm breaking it down and I'm teaching you how to lift your spirits so you don't have to be a prisoner to these thoughts that come, right? And not know how to get rid of these thoughts. It's kind of like these toxic thoughts, you can get them out, all right? So I'm teaching you how to do that, right? And then make sure you come back next week, okay? No, usually on Tuesdays, where we have another episode of Elevating with Gratitude. So, Jenlo Assassin, I thank you so much again for being on my show today. You have
Thank you
been
for
such a
having me.
blessing. Yes, you've been
Good to
such a
see you.
blessing.
You look great. You look wonderful.
Thank you. I feel really great. Thank you. So do you. And I will see you next time.
Yes,
Okay?
ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.